Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Top Deck King here. We are with another deck tech. This is a best of three. We're playing we're playing historic, I should say. We're playing historic right now because not rotation, but the new set's going to be releasing in a few days. So I figured, well, let's play some historic until the set releases. That way we get a new standard. And so I saw, I was like, well, let's try a Grixis Rogue stack and see how that ends up working out in the metagame. I know the metagame is kind of like, they got the what's it called, Just Guide decks, you got the Angels decks and whatnot. So I figured this kind of combats both of the decks in a sense. The counter spells with the control deck. You got all the flash ability against the control deck. You got some aggro. You have death shadows good against the creature-based decks. Once your life total gets too high, you get some death shadows to the ground. You go hold up the board. So we figured let's give it a try and see how we can do with this. All right. But if you're new to the channel, hopefully I'll get you guys to subscribe by the time you're done watching the video. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Check the description of the video. It has the deck list so you can port it easily to Arena, both for PC and mobile. Drop some comments down below if you end up trying this deck or if you're playing something similar or whatnot. Let me know what you guys think, if you guys made any changes from the list that I have and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, let's get into the deck tech. So right off the bat is obviously we're gonna play Lurrus, so everything is going to be 2 costs and less in our deck. We don't need anything bigger than that. We're a tempo deck in a sense that we just want to play things at either instant speed or something that gains us value. So that's what the purpose of the deck is. That's why we are playing pretty much permanent wise everything 2 or less. The only thing that we're playing that costs 3 or more is Call of the Dark Dweller. Obviously, this is a land, so worst case scenario, you play it as land. But so we're playing 3 brainstorms, and the reason I'm not running it as a 4 because there's no Fable passages. This card is very good, obviously, but it becomes even better when you can shuffle your deck after using it, and that's where Fable passage comes into play. So drawing 3 cards, putting 2 cards to the top, then cracking a Fable Passage to shuffle those cards away. If you're playing, say, again, to control, putting 2 Fatal Pushes back on top of the deck and then shuffling your deck will be great, obviously. So, but I also don't want to be playing Fable Passage because we kind of want to play everything on turn and we don't really want to miss a drop in a sense. So that's why these lands are there. We don't want to crack Fable Passage on turn 1 and then miss our 1 drop, you know what I mean? So you could try it with Fable Passage and see how it works, but I don't know. It may or may not work. It's up to you. You can obviously cut some of these dual lands here like this, but then that means you have to put basic lands. It just becomes too much of a mess. So 3 brainstorms. 4 death shadows. Since we have so many shock lands, we have watery graves, we have blood crypts, theme vents, we have a DM's awakenings, we have Thoughtseize. We can bring our life total relatively down, and then we cast a 13 13, or not 13 13. We cast a death shadow. It becomes either 5 5 7 7. I wanted to give this a try. It like holds up the aggro matchup in a sense where as long as they don't go too wide against us, once we cast this, then we can, do pretty good against it. 4 Fatal Pushes, obviously, in the aggro matchup, we definitely need these. Guild Enforcers, well, obviously that's our rogue package, so here's our rogue guys. I wish I could move that guy around, but I guess I can't. I guess I could do this instead. I could bring it to here. This is going to be our rogue package here. So 4 Guild Enforcers, 3 Robber the Riches who can steal stuff, and then 4 Soaring Thought Thieves. That's our rogue patchup package to mill them to make Drum the Lock better. Obviously, we have 4 Thoughtseize. We're in a black deck, so there's no. I mean, we're not even in aggro and control decks. You see this kind of in the deck, so it's a great card. Looking at their hand, turn 1, picking one of their better cards out of their hand or messing up their curve is very good for what it does. It only costs you 2 life to do it. And once again, we do want to lose life in the early games because of Death Shadow. So that's why there's 4 of these. Like I said, this is the rogue package here, our creature based. And then we have a 1 of Stormcaller here. So that way we can cast, say, like maybe a Fatal Push again, a Thoughtseize, a Brainstorm. This is pretty cheap. We can cast things pretty cheaply with this effect. So I want to give it a try and see how it works out. Our removal package slash card advantage is going to be 2 Heart of Sacks. We still want to be able to kill their creatures. 4 Fatal Pushes might not be enough, and if they end up casting something bigger, since we don't play, like I said, we don't play Fable Passage. So since we're not playing Fable Passage, this could only usually kill 2 or less unless we chump block, and then it could kill 4 or more. So we have 2 Heartless Acts there. We have 4 Journal Logs as our counterspell / removal. It helps us out with all the rogue creatures. And then our card advantage engine is our expressive iteration. This card's pretty darn good in the older formats where cards are cheaper. So you play this on turn 3, look how many cards you can cast for 1 mana here. So if you play this on turn 3, you get a land off the effect, you put one of these into your hands, you get to play another card. Like, you pretty much gain full value off this in older formats with these 1 mana kind of spells, especially like in Legacy or something where you have like Phyrexian mana and stuff like that. Modern, I think you have Phyrexian mana. It's very solid. So as the format gets older, this card becomes stronger just because of how cheap cards are and how easy you can cast them and gain the value. 1 claim / flame. Since we're in Grixis, we can use this as a 1 mana to return any of our creatures. You also technically, when it enters the battlefield, you can trigger that with this and then play another card. We have 1 call, the Death Dwellers, and then we have 2 Adium's Awakening. That's our package of returning creatures to from the graveyard back to the field. And Adium's Awakening, worst case scenario, it's a tap land. But on top of that, if you do play this untap, paying 3 life helps Death Shadow out. And like I said, nothing really special about the lands. I don't want to play the Fable Passage / Basic lands because you have to play things on curve, otherwise it could be bad for you. So there's nothing special about that. We'll go more in depth on the sideboard once we play the matches and go from that. It might change up from then to now anyway, so we'll go more in depth for that. But yeah, this is the deck. Let's see how we do on the ladder. We are currently on the reset. We are currently platinum. So let's go see what happens with our matches. So stay tuned and let's check out the matches. All right, we're trying some historic since the set will be dropping soon, so we can play some standard next week. We're gonna play historic for now. Jeff Marzi. All right, it's against the Lurrus versus Lurrus deck, huh? All right, we'll keep. It's a Lurrus versus Lurrus deck. It's turn 1 shock, turn 2 shock. Flash this in, flash this in. I mean, we're gonna be helping them out, but hey. All right. So pretend like we are the red-black deck. We're gonna shock this Blood Crypt here. Because it doesn't really matter. This only requires black. We could do that one next turn. Ooh. They're not what I think they are. Alright, flush this guy in then. Death Shadow is a good one. Let's bring this guy in, mill him, and then attack and mill him. What do we got? 6 cards in the graveyard already. And then Death Shadow's going to start becoming bigger and bigger. We could shock this in to go to 14. Or we could just take the damage and then cast a Death Shadow. Let's see what he does, though. Selfless Savior, sure, sure. What do you have like a 1 mana 3 damage effect or something? What you got? Oh, Reckless Rage. Okay. That works. That works. We'll take 2. We shall take 2. All right. I guess it doesn't really necessarily matter. Mill him. Get this guy bigger so that way he can't just chump block here. Reckless Rage. God's willing. Mill for 2. Alright. Combat. Attack for 4. Alright. He just conceded. Alright. Works with me. Works for me. Alright. So they're playing that. So we need green and white. That works. Heartless Act. That works. What do we do not want here? I don't think we really want the Thoughtseize per se because they're I also don't think I want Memory Lapse technically here. So maybe I keep in Thoughtseizes. I could keep the Prismari command, I guess. Red or green. How many red cards did we see? I guess the red-white. They probably do have a decent, but Angrat's Rampage is definitely good here. Kolaghan's Command to do 2 damage. Could possibly be good. Exiling the graveyard could also be possibly good. Let's see, Bedevil. Let's see what else we got. So we got Brainstorm, Death Shadow, Claim, Seagate, Noxious Heartless. Against this match, I need some more removal. All right. I could do the Soul Guide so that way, because like they're playing Lurrus obviously, right? So I could exile their graveyard, but exiling the graveyard's bad because we're trying to mill them in a sense, you know? So maybe I'll just bring in. I guess I'll just leave the Memory Lapse in because it's technically a pseudo. It's a counterspell against everything. See, maybe I want a second one in. I think I'm gonna cut one of the expressive iterations and do that. GF Mod Z. But yeah, we need like more eliminates, harder sacks, fatal pushes, stuff like that against this deck. I mean, obviously they have God's Willings and stuff, so maybe Angrat's Rampage would be better here, so that way it could sacrifice. So maybe I need to put more of those on the sideboard. All right. X minus X, where X equals your life total. So it's 13, 13. All right, we're going to keep it. We're going to keep the hand. Fatal Push was a very, very, very good draw. Let's just kill this now. No reason to bother playing around stuff. They play God's Willings. Do not mess around here and just give it. See, Selfless Saviors. Let's not play around with stuff. So let's pay 2 life. And then I'll pass because I can flash this in or I can do this. We'll see what they do. If they attack me for 1, I'll take 1. I mean, no, not anymore. Now I'll definitely block. There's no reason not to block. It's a free block. If they would have done that prior to combat, then yeah, for sure. All right, let's pay 3 life. Play Robber the Rich. Swing out. So as long as my life. Oh, Defiant Strike. I'll take that. Guess it doesn't really matter here. I'm down for that. We took out Defiant Strike. Awesome. I can't play this yet. Where X equals. So it's a 13, 13. Oh, it's minus your life total. Okay. So yeah, I have to be above that. All right. Grixis Rogues. Grixis Rogues. Let's play some Grix in Historic, by the way, not Standard. Because Grixis Rogues in Standard, I mean, it technically works, but the mana is a little tougher because you don't have certain, you know. All right, we'll keep this. Turn 1 flash, turn 2 play this guy. I'm going to flash here instead of playing Thoughtseize. Okay, let's go ahead and mill you. Looks like we're against maybe Green-White Angels, Company Angels. Yep, there it is. Green-White Company Angels. Mill ya. Hit ya. Get the trigger. Ooh, Elite Spellbinder. I like it. I like it. And we have a Thoughtseize here we can do. We got Fatal Push also. That's fine. We'll push that guy. Even better. So Fatal Push this guy. Let's go to combat first. And then I guess we'll Thoughtseize you. What do you got? Elite Spellbinder, huh? Collected Company. We're going to take the Collected Company 100%. 100% taking the Company here. Yep. That doesn't do anything. And then we can attack with both. What do you take, the Thoughtseize? Yeah, he took my Thoughtseize. I could even play it and discard something out of his hand, make these guys bigger. And then he'll chump block. But do I want to do that is the question. So he has an Ajani. I think let's attack first, because whatever he blocks, we can he'll trade. And then we can cast his Elite Spellbinder here too. So if he wants to block here, that's fine. We'll trade. And then I'm going to cast his Elite Spellbinder. Look at his hand. So he has a Resplendent Angel, a Johnny. Huh? This is going to cost him 4. Creates a 2/2, huh? Splendid Angel, he makes a 3/3 for the time being. We'll take that guy then. Let's see, what do we got in here? I think I'm going to play this as my land drop. I could have shocked, but I don't have Death Shadow, so there's no reason to shock here. And if he does the reason we took the Resplendent over the other one is because if he plays this and creates the 2/2, that's technically fine for us. Okay, so he has 7 cards, right? So this will make it the 8th card now. Take that out of his hand. So this guy gets bigger. Oh, I should have done that to bring the what's called back. Darn it. Darn, darn, darn. Should have done this first before Thoughtseize. That way he has 2 cards in his hand. I could swing with both, and then it triggers, but sure. We might as well now, right? Bring it out. I could have attacked with this, though. Declaration in Stone. But we did that because now we can use this to give something haste, or not haste, but +2 attack. So we can trade if we want, is what I'm saying. Ooh. Let's mill him. More of his deck, I guess. I mean, we already know what his deck is, technically. Let's put it on this guy. Swing out. Trigger. Ah, it's a land. But if he wants to trade, that's fine. Otherwise, he's taking 7. Then he's just dead next turn. Unless he could create 2 blockers. Okay, well, now he's technically alive. But these guys have Death Touch. Now these guys, unfortunately, have 1, 2, 3. We have a lot of that. We have a lot of blue, so we put it on black. He has no cards in his hand. So swing out. I think we just swing out with these because these have Death Touch. There's no point of attacking this into something. It's just pointless. So we're going to attack with these 2. Because they have Death Touch, so. What? Oh, because he gains a life. Okay. I'm like, wait, what? I'm going to cast Lurrus. But now you have to create 4 blockers. You gain 4 life. Oh no! He gained Angel life. He gained Angel life. But it's fine. We still have these 2 Death Touchers. We have these 2 Death Touchers. The robber can't attack, obviously. Whenever an angel dies, he gets to create a 1/1, right? As always. Bring that out. Triggers. It's not really helping you out, opponent. You're not really, and you're showing more and more of your deck, too. +2/2 lifelink. This guy has reach? I did not know this guy had reach. Alright. There's no point of not blocking here, then. Oh, no. I guess that's the mill out plan. We're on the mill out plan, guys. We are officially on the mill out plan. So attack with the 2 Death Touchers again. He has what? 23 cards left in his deck. I mean, I can't block these guys anyway, so there's no point for me. Yep. Oh, no. Yep. Alright. Here we go again. I need some of my flyers, or we're going to lose. I think we're dead next turn. Fatal Push is actually gonna help out. Let's mill him some cards. I can't believe we might lose this game, huh? All right, I guess we have to pass here then. 4-8, no attacks. We might lose this game, huh? He has 17 cards. We're not milling him out with 17 cards. Yep. Oh my gosh, I messed up. I can't believe I messed up on that. I was thinking Blood Chief Thirst. I was thinking Blood Chief Thirst. Wow. Wow, 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 huh? Alright. I can't believe I was thinking Blood Chief Thirst. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. I could chump this, do this, take 4, and then I can mill him again for... How many cards did he have left in his deck? Unless I hit, you know, running cards, there's no way. Alright, let's see. What do we not need? I guess Angrat's Rampage, not necessarily good here. Because they have tokens, they can just sack the tokens. Let's see. Cut one of those. I don't know if I need this. I'm gonna add a Cruxa and we'll call it. We'll call it. That lifelink guy, man. The lifelink guy got us. Gain the life, and then it triggers. The angel comes in play, gains another 4. Oh no. I guess I have to keep though. We have a Brainstorm and a Fatal Push with some memory lapses. We just gotta hit our... And the fact that we have Brainstorm will hopefully get us to Rogue Creature. So let's Brainstorm here because we need to hit some rogues. Alright, put 2 to the top. I guess it doesn't technically matter at the moment. So play the Blood Crypt, play Robber, attack, get the trigger. Steal something. Skyclave Apparition. Well, why not? That's a great one for me. Thank you, opponent. That's fine. We could kill that guy. So let's Fatal Push this. And then attack and hold up Memory Lapse. Obviously, this is a very slow, but, you know, very, very slow. And the cool thing is, whenever I Memory Lapse, I get to cast off his... Put this on top. And then I get to Robert and get to play it. So let's play Sulfur Falls. Let us attack first. Get that Elite Spellbinder. Play the Spellbinder. Tax his mana. Alright, what do you got? You got Righteous Valkyrie. You got Bishop. Resplendent. Bishop. You only have 3 lands, technically. So if I take Valkyrie, I get... No, yeah, I think we take Valkyrie here. And then we Thoughtseize the other 3 drop. The Resplendent. And then you're up. We can attack. Sure. We can attack with both. So, let's see. 3. I think we don't need that there. Let's attack with both. Get the trigger. It's another land. Then we can Skyclave this guy. Sure. And then play Skyclave. Take the Bishop Wings. And then you're up, opponent. You are up. There you go. Now you can play a Johnny. The Johnny! But we can fly over and kill it, so it doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and mill you some cards. 2 more lands. Huh? 2 more lands. So attack, attack. Oh, no, I was supposed to play the land first. Darn it. That was a misplay. That was a misplay. Let's grab this to our hand. Play this tapped. We don't have anything in the graveyard, but we have a memory lapse. And then we get to steal the memory, whatever we memory lapsed. Johnny's mine. Thank you, opponent. Not today. Expressive iteration. Okay. Death Shadow. So put this one to hand. I think we put Death Shadow to hand, right? But if I put Death Shadow to hand, I think I have to put this to hand. Put that to the bottom and play the Death Shadow. Let's cast the Death Shadow. Let's attack, attack, attack. It's a free attack. I should have attacked last turn with this one too. It's a free attack. 1/1 Death Shadow. It's a 1/1 Death Shadow. Alright. Okay, we got that one. Unfortunately, we did get that one. What am I saying? Unfortunately. We got that one. We got that one, guys. We got that one. No unfortunate about it. Bedevil. Yeah, see, Memory Lapse is pretty solid against them. That Shadow, I mean, I do take a lot of damage though, so it should be good, but it's not really working out right now against them. Maybe I'll cut 2 of them, and I think I'll bring in, 2 damage is not really relevant with the 1/4s, the 2/4s, the 3/3s. And the bad part about this is I feel like maybe Bedevil might be better, but because like the 1/4 Bishop Angel guy, he can create 1/1s when angels die, and so if I have an Angrat's Rampage, they just sack the 1/1. But prior to that, Angrat's Rampage is very good. All right, I guess we keep because we have a Thoughtseize, Journal Lock, Brainstorm, Memory Lapse. We have the black here with this. We have to take 3 and then 2, but we technically have it. So pay 3 life. Let's see what you have. Collected Company and Skyclave Apparition. Well, that's an easy one. That is an easy one. No, you drew a card. You drew a card. All right, we're just gonna hold up Memory Lapse / Brainstorm here. We'll take Uno. Uno. Let's Brainstorm. Okay, Robber the Rich, Fatal Push. They have 4 cards in their hand. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to draw it anyways, but I guess we'll just put those on top. Doesn't really matter what order. I'm going to Fatal Push this. Let's play Dragon Skull Summit here. And we'll pass. I should have played actually the Sulphur Falls. That way I could play both Memory Lapse and Brainstorm in the same turn. See, this is a 2-drop, right? So we could technically just kill it. I could also Memory Lapse it back to his hand. Or back to the top, and then I get to cast it. He has 3 cards in his hand. So if I Memory Lapse it, and then play a land, and then play the creature, we'll have 3/3. It won't work. It will not work. So we're going to counter this. We will counter that, I say. So if I play this, he can then steal it. I guess that's technically fine, right? Can't really take anything out of his hand. I think I'll just pass. And hold up Memory Lapse. He can't do anything either. So well, now he can do something. Because now he can create tokens. All right. Let's put these on top. Because it doesn't really matter. Fatal Push. Doesn't really matter which one we do first. So put Steam Vents. So if we play the Dragon. Still, regardless, we just can't seem to get less cards in our hand for some reason. And then play this tapped, and you're up. So he's gonna create a token here. He's gonna Skyclave, attack, we'll combat trick, destroy the Skyclave, get our 2/2, block. I mean, him having the castle kind of sucks, but you know. Yep, you could take my robber. Rest in peace. I mean, that makes that card useless too. Rest in a peace. Sure, you got it. I have nothing in the graveyard right now, so you got it. I'd rather keep memory lapse for something more important, you know? Let's kill this. He was smart. He didn't attack. I mean, obviously, Rest in Peace does suck because it makes it so my creatures are not, you know, strong now, but we can still beat them. This is a dead card. Dun, 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 dun. And then him having Castle. Eugh. Eugh. Alright. Let's go to combat. Does he want to make a token and double block? Does not. Let's cast Lurrus. We have double memory lapse. If he wants to then try to block Lurrus, we have the fatal push to kill it. Unless he does like a triple block. Baffling End. Guess we'll halt it for the moment. Put it back on top. Rest in Peace does hurt. Bishop, sure. Alright, see, this is what I mean with the whole, you know, let's kill this. Let's make him sacrifice a creature. Now we can't double block and kill one of our guys. We swing in for 5. And he's drawing the Baffling End. We can memory lapse that back. That's a dead card. We have a dead card in our hand. You could draw that again, I guess. Come on, we need a mill effect here. Expressive Iteration, I'll take. I will take Expressive Iteration here. So put that into our hand. Do we need more black? We need more black. So put that into the library and do that one. Go to combat. I don't think we are going... I don't know. Make the token, try to double block. I'll kill one of the tokens. He takes 2, goes to 7. Baffling End. The castle is what's killing us here. The castle is what is killing us. I think he's going to try and double block. Right? Let's kill you. Kill the other token. Take 2. We're at 19. Death Shadow is also useless card. No. Let's rest in peace, man. Did a lot. Sure did a lot. Which is very okay. Now we have the air. We only hitting for 1, but we have the air. He has 46 cards. That's not going to matter. We got to just hope he bricks. We got to hope he bricks. If he didn't have this castle, we would have won a while back ago. Our hand would have been a lot bigger. Declaration in Stone. Sure. Okay. That, I mean, I wish I would have got a token out of it, but it's each non-token, unfortunately. We have a 5-turn clock on him. Oh, we have a 5-turn. I'll take it. It speeds it up. It's a 3-turn clock now. No, 2 lands off the top. No. We wanted them to draw 2 lands. All right, come on, deck. Come on, deck. Got it. Good old castle. What the heck do you have? What do you have that you attack this turn? I guess he figures he can't win by sitting back or something, or what? Alright, let's play Brainstorm. So, ugh. Well, I could kill a token, but ugh. We could kill the token. Okay. Okay, that was good. So we have them on the 1 turn clock here. 1 turn clock. If he plays any fire, we lose, obviously. Oh, we got him. We got him. All right, let's continue with this Grixis train. Grixis. B-U-Z. Grixis rogues. I'm wondering if I want to put more rogues in the deck or not, but we'll see. Another Lurrus deck, huh? I guess we keep because we have spells and spells, I guess. Turn 1, play that tapped. Turn 2, and if they're the like, oh, we're playing against rogue decks, huh? All right. We are playing against rogues. Rogue versus rogues. Okay. All right, I'm gonna do this prior to combat, so that way if they have Journal Lock, they can't counter it. Because now, I mean, obviously they can still kill it. Oh, we both lost Journal. We both lost Journal Lock. All right, let's mill him some cards here, I guess. He could have Memory Lapse or something, but Fatal Journal Lock, sure. There's 2 of his Journal Locks are gone at the moment. That's good. Two down in the locks. So that's 4 cards in his hand. Oh, we can't do it anyways. Mail me a card. Thoughtseize! Alright, so let me see how we can do this. If I play Expressive Iteration, is that worth it? I get to get 2 cards out of it. Let's do it. So I could grab Fatal Push to hand. I guess Watery Grave. Put this to the bottom. Watery Grave. So I could Fatal Push this. But the problem with that would be, so we're gonna hold that up. Okay, in case he plays this, I don't want him to bring it out for free, and you know what I mean? So I'm gonna let him attack me here. Yep. Robber the Rich. Ale Robber. What do you got, opponent? Brainstorm. Good old Brainstorm. What do you got? Oh, he put his Lurrus back. Okay. Lurrus is back. There's another land. Fatal Push. That's number 6. This requires 8 or more. Sure. Let's go ahead and kill this then. Kill it now. Death Shadow. Alright. So since we're going to be playing Death Shadow soon, we'll go ahead and shock it. Next turn we'll play Death Shadow. So that way we can hold up the counter spells. Down to 12. If he tries to play Lurrus, we have Drown on the Lock to stop that. Unless he has Drown on the Lock to Drown on the Lock, but then, you know, there's nothing we can do about that. And I can't play anything here because he could have Into the Story, so I have to pass. But I could do it now, technically, by killing it. I cast that Shadow. If I play this and play this, that'd be 2 cards to 2 cards. That won't matter. 7 cards. All right, let's kill this now before he's able to sack it. And if he has Into the Story, we have the counter spell against it. Obviously, one of these cards is going to be Lurrus pretty soon. So let's cast Death Shadow. It's a 2/2 at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't have Into the Story, but he does. Could I counter that actually? I could. Let's counter Into the Story. See, we knew it was going to happen. We just, you know. Yep. And he gets to play that guy back for free. Yep. That's the bad part. The good part is we get to play this. And then we get to attack with Robber the Rich. Attack with both. Triggers. Oh, that would have been cool to take that. Hey, that's actually not bad either. We could bring out actually 2 cards next turn, huh? That's fine. Alright, let's grab Lurrus to hand, I guess. Because we do this, we can only bring out 1. It's not really worth it. So let's grab Lurrus to hand. Yeah, Lurrus. We get to play Lurrus and then use Lurrus to maybe cast another Robber the Rich, depending on what happens here. See what we do, see what we play against. This is very odd. I mean, it sucks that we're playing against Mirror Match, but you know, sort of Mirror Match. I mean, obviously we have red, but yep. Here's another infinite blocker. Infinite blocker. All right, so play Lurrus. He's gonna counter this. Yes, resolves. Mill him some cards. Actually, I have to do that so that way I can play his card for free. Mill some cards. I know you just brainstormed, but sure. Oh, he wants to draw the card he brainstormed. He doesn't want me to hit it. It's another fatal push? It is another fatal push. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Well, we're grabbing Lurrus back again. Since it's on top of the deck. He's at 4. He's going to have to eventually... Okay, so he's going to attack to gain a life. Sure. But now Death Shadow's a 5/5. Got Death Shadow to be bigger. So, let's see. Play this guy. What am I playing out of the sideboard? I think I'm playing this guy. Soaring Thought Thief, because then I have more to the board. Alright, so Mystical Disputes we want. Cruxo, for sure we want. I don't think we want anything else here, though. Don't think we want anything else. So we brought in Cruxa and 2 Mystical Disputes. I mean, I could bring in Test of Talents, technically. That's a little slow-ish. That's more against control, to be honest. Obviously, Noxious Grass doesn't do anything. Prismari Command's too expensive. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. That's good, because I can make him discard and return a card from my hand, my graveyard back to my hand. But then the problem obviously becomes, like, what do you cut? You know what I mean? So, let's see. I think we're going to cut a Death Shadow. So we brought in 2 Disputes and a Cruxa. So we brought in 3 cards. I could cut maybe all the Death Shadows here. Bring in the Kolaghan's Command. Maybe leave in 2. I'm debating on this one. It's a 1-mana return target creature card for 2 or less. And since he's milling us, it's actually a really good card. So I don't think you want to do that. Oops. We'll do it 61. Keep it at 61. I don't want to take too many of the Death Shadows out, so I want to keep 2 in because it's still going to be good as far as opponent goes first. We'll keep. We have a Thoughtseize, and we have this, and we have this, and we have this. But yeah, Kolaghan's Command's decent here because they can, you know, sure. So I could Fatal Push this. Or should I Thoughtseize instead? I think I'm going to Thoughtseize instead. What do you got? Memory Lapse and Drown in the Log. I think Memory Lapse is probably sort of better. But Drown in the Log is just overall very good. So I'm going to take Drown in the Log. He kept an interesting hand. I guess he had a 1-drop and then counter spells, so makes sense. Oh no, we lost Drown in the Log. Oh no, we lost Drown in the Log. So I could Fatal Push this, but I'm gonna wait and make him use the mana on his turn. No reason for me to tap out and then he just plays Memory Lapse. Grafdigger's Cage. That's fine. We have this. Why does that matter? I don't understand why that matters. Sure. That was an odd one. Go ahead and kill you. You're going to use Memory Lapse on this? He is going to use Memory Lapse on this, so we'll use Mystical Dispute on it. Shock. I guess we'll mill him now. Another Grafdigger's Cage. I don't think you bring in Grafdigger's Cage against the mirror match. Because it obviously stops you too. Like, I don't understand that. That is very, very odd. We'll grab our Lurrus to our hand. How many cards does he have? He has 6. Let's go to combat. I mean, if he counters this, we also don't really care, but I could also just counter his counter spell. May should have done it before combat so I could do more damage to him. How many cards do I have? I have 5. Do I really care about this? I don't really think I care about this, especially since I have Kolaghan's Command. So we're just going to let that resolve. Because I get Kolaghan's Command, return it back to my hand, make him discard a card, and hold up Mystical Dispute. I could also just Mystical Dispute this. He has another one. Sure. Sure thing, buddy, old pal. Attack. So let's do... Alright, so we're going to keep an upkeep stop on his turn. Hopefully he doesn't draw an instant speed effect. Because we're going to make him discard and return, what's it called, back to our hand. Oh, we can't, because that's a... Yeah, return a target creature from graveyard. So... Return target creature from your graveyard, target player discards. I could also... I could destroy this and return Lurrus back to my hand. Let's do that instead. Let us do that instead. Dead Shadow. Sure. And then we have Memory Lapse to pseudo. Alright. So we're going to return and destroy artifact. Let's return Lurrus and destroy this artifact. What the heck just happened? That was odd. Alright, let's go ahead and cast Lurrus. What do you got, opponent? What's going on? Oh, come on! No, my computer crashed. It's still recording, but the computer crashed. Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully we get back online really quickly here. El computer crash for the moment. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. Luckily, it wasn't too bad. We got back into the game. Alright, let's go to combat, attack. Bring Death Shadow back to my hand. Could I lose the game? That's the question. I could just hold it to be safe. Hold a counter spell just to be safe. Better be safe than sorry. That's fine. We don't care about that. We just care about everything else outside of that. Sure. Mill some cards. Fatal Push. That would have been nice. But hey, you're feeding my Lurrus. Thank you, opponent. We're not going to play Brainstorm. We're not going to play because we don't want to tap and you know what I mean? So we don't want to do any of that. So let's go ahead and play this guy. It allows us to hold up both of them. Mills him some cards. Put some lands on top. Sure. Go to combat. Trigger. Mill some cards. Guild Enforcer. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and memory lapse this. Let you redraw that. Oh, actually, it mills it first, but sure. But we also gain life here, and he's pretty much dead. We get to bring another guy out. There we go. We got it. Nice. Sorry about the randomness, but you know, I don't know what that was, but we just moved up the next tier. Rank up. See. All right, last one for this Grixis Rogues deck. Grixis Rogues. I'm wondering if it's just better to take Death Shadow completely out and just run it as Grixis Rogues, but we'll see. All right, opponent gets to go first. So Shock, play Thoughtseize. They took a mulligan. So turn 1, Thoughtseize. We lose 4 life. Turn 2, we could play a Brainstorm if we don't hit anything else. Soul Warden, okay. So they're playing the Angels deck, huh? Interesting. So pay 2 life. Let's Thoughtseize their hand. What do you got? So we could kill that with Fatal Push. So I guess I take this. Because we could kill it with Fatal Push. And then next turn we get to play Brainstorm and Push here. Yep, you gain a life. Take me for 1. Ooh, double push. So double push might be a possibility here. But I also don't mind taking the damage here either. So we'll see. Oh, what? You may enter the battlefield as a copy of a creature you control except as a shapeshifter. So if I kill both of them, does it technically... Let's find out. If I kill them both, does it enter in as nothing? It does. It does. Alright. Let's play the expressive iteration here. Put 1 to hand. I think I want this to hand. Yep. Put 1 to the bottom of your library, and then with this one. So we could do pay the 3 life, and we could play Death Shadow, I guess. Make it a 1/1 for now. At least we got to play something, though. Oh no, he took my Death Shadow. He took my Death Shadow. we're done. We can flash this into block and hold up. Yep, and we can hold up Draw on the Lock. So block, and then we'll Draw on the Lock, whatever you do. Otherwise, we'll play Brainstorm. Another Skyclave Apparition. Do I care for it? That's fine. You can take my Soaring Thought Thief. That's fine. I don't think I care for it because I could technically Draw on the Lock and kill this guy and create a 2/2 off it. Alright, so we're going to put, I guess, that and that on top. What do we want to draw here? I think we want to draw Brainstorm, so we play Expressive Iteration. We can use that as our land drop. We're going to flash this in to mill them. So we play Expressive Iteration here. Oh, it requires red. I was like, why would I tap this? But all right, so 1 to our hand. We're at 12. I think we'll put Soaring Thought Thief to hand, Shadow to the bottom, play this. We could technically now shock this. No attacks, obviously. Now we can both play Brainstorm. Oh, we can't play Brainstorm and that. Why did we shock? Alright, we're taking the damage, I guess. I don't want them to play Collected Company against me. Resplendent Angel. If I do this, I can't do that. If I let him have Resplendent Angel, that could be bad. Okay, so the shock was not optimal on my end. So we need this on blue, obviously. I think we grab... Make sure we do this right. So black, this requires blue and black. So let's say those. Blue and black, yep, that works. Let's add this to hand. I could do that. Next, no attacks. All right. Gotta hold up the counterspell / Soaring Thought Thief here. So we're going to flash this guy in. We're going to get them both bigger. It's going to mail them some cards. Pass the blockers. We'll block here, take 2. We get our guy back. Our 2/2 guy. Gets Bishop, sure. And then we'll play a Brainstorm. There's Death Shadow. All right, I guess at this point, it doesn't really matter what we put on top, but we'll take obviously the Guild Enforcer. This Death Shadow is going to be huge. What do we have in the graveyard, though? We have nothing. So, play this guy. Big old beastie guy. Let's go to combat. Let's attack with these, because obviously there's no point of attacking with this. It has a 2/2 to a 4/4, so doesn't do anything. We have a 9/9 Death Shadow. Linvala. I guess that's why it's Bant. Okay, nice. Let's go ahead and flash this in. Make a mill another 4 cards. Yep. 4 cards. Let's go to combat. We're at 4. So attack with this. Attack, attack, attack. Let's see. If he chooses not to block, are we dead? No, because we have lifelink here, so attack. And if any of these guys die, we have Lurrus to bring it back. Okay, so he just decided he wanted to take lethal? Okay. Alrighty then. He's like, you know what? Nah, I want to take lethal here. Alright, so let's see what he's just playing Bant Angels. And the blue is for what? Glasspool Mimic and Linvala. What does this guy do again? We have full party, choose target non-land permanent controls. So the next turn it can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So that's not, I guess he's never gonna get a full party because it's, you know. Choose sacrifice it, gets hexproof or indestructible. Okay. So it's the hexproof indestructible ability. Alright. So white Heartless Act. We can do the Angraps Rampages technically. It's just gotta make sure when we get it, it's not, you know. Hopefully they don't have the what is this guy's name? The Bishop, because then they create 1/1s, it's gonna be bad. Alright, so we gotta cut some more cards. Memory Lapse, I think it's fine because we can counter something, and they don't have like big threats in the beginning, so I think it's fine. I think I could cut a Death Shadow here. Let's see, what else? What else? What else? Am I bringing anything else in? I'm bringing in Grafdigger's Cage, but they play Skyclave Apparition, so it just eats the Grafdigger's Cage up, so there's no point for that. Kolaghan's Command doesn't do anything because a lot of his creatures have 4 toughness or 3/3s. So that doesn't do anything. Cruxa, I mean, it helps me, but let's see, what else? I think we'll cut 1 Memory Lapse, I guess. All right, let's try that. Juggernaut. Let's see. Bant Angels, eh? I mean, I guess. If we start taking damage, we can start casting Death Shadows, right? So, I guess. Should probably still play this out in case I draw another, like, Watery Grave, then I could play 2 spells. But I think we're going to be playing, let's see what depends. Rest in Peace, that's a good one against us. Forget that they always bring that in. So let's cast this guy. Forget that they always bring in Rest in Peace. What you got? We need another, oh, okay, that's a good one. Let's say we need another untapped land here, hopefully. This card's useless, I guess. Okay, there we go. So now I can play Thoughtseize, look at their hand. What do you got? So I guess we take Collected Company here, obviously. And then we just pass turn. This guy's useless because they have this. I wonder if there's anything in these colors that I could play to get rid of Rest in Peace. I don't think there is. Sure. That shadow will get us big enough, hopefully, down the road. Yep. So we'll go ahead and kill this guy. Yeah, we gain life, but we don't want him to have a flyer out there. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay. So I could technically flash this in and flash this in. Double block. He Skyclaves another card. I get a 2/2 out of it, though. That's interesting. That's possible. But I think I haven't played a land yet, so we're just going to go Expressive Iteration here. Fatal Push. Could put that to hand. That was like the worst possible cards to hit right there. It would have been so much better to just play the other line. So put one of them into your library. I think we'll put Death Shadow, obviously. And then we're going to exile this. If I play this, it forces him to play his other Skyclave. So we'll go ahead and do it. Not to mention it kind of mills a few cards, but that part doesn't matter. But we get to mill away his get rid of his Skyclave from now. Yeah, no blocks. You could hit me for 2. We have 2 Death Shadows here also, so hopefully he doesn't play. I'm sure he's gonna play either glass. I'm thinking he's gonna play. Actually, I don't know what we could play there. That's fine. So we go flash this in, block, fatal push this. So flash this in, block, fatal push that. So let's see if we get a land then. I don't think we need red, so let's do that one. Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty useless. There's no tokens out here either. So if I put that and say I could do Soaring Thought Thief down. I take 3, go to 12. Problem here is the Death Shadows are getting get beat by this. Could put that to the bottom. Okay. Yep, I guess, sure. So if I shock this, I can flash this in. All right. But yeah, the problem here is the Skyclave apparitions, I guess. So we could double block this, kill that off. Let's double block and keep one of our fatal pushes. Nice, collected company. So we double block here, we kill the Skyclave, we get to keep one of our fatal pushes, and then we get to get our 2/2 back. He's going to play Skyclave on Soaring Thought Thief, I'm assuming here. Glass Pool Mimic. Well, goodbye. Well, goodbye, friend. Goodbye, my friend. Let's grab this guy to hand. Let's go to combat, swing out. I don't know why he did that, I guess, but alright. Okay. Yep. Now we can start casting Death Shadows. I guess it doesn't really matter, so we'll just go ahead and do that now. Mill him some cards. And then you can just play some. What is this? What is this mess? Alright, go to combat, attack. Sure. Interesting. Resolves. Cast a Death Shadow. 3/3 Death Shadow. And we'll cast Lurrus. They're both 3/3s. Might as well cast something that could possibly gain me life. But the bad part about the life link is that it kills Death Shadow. So I should have probably done it the other way. So we're just going to do this instead. And then cast another Death Shadow. And you're up, opponent. I don't think they could beat this, especially since we have Fatal Push. Good game. Good game, my friend. Sure. Draw. Swing out. Got him. Got him. Bant Angels. We got him. Hey everyone, hopefully you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the intro of the deck. And as you guys notice, the deck and sideboard is a little different from that intro of the video, which is why I suggest you check out both the intro and this sideboard guide, so that way you can see which version of the deck you like, because obviously the intro is just going to be the general makeup of the deck, and then as I play it, I'm going to see what works, what doesn't work, and then I start adjusting that way. So this is what I came up with in the end, but if you like the first version, go back to the intro and check that out. Otherwise, you're going to have this version on for the portable deck list in the description of the video will be this version. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully by the time, if you guys are watching this part of the video too, by the time you're done watching this part, you hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, check the comment, drop some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. If you have anything different you guys want to try out with the deck as well, let me know in the comments below. Check the description for the video, so that way you get to get the portable deck list. But here we go. So this is the final change. So the changes that I made, I guess let me give you the changes I made first prior going to the sideboard. So the first change I made is I cut one Death Shadow out of the deck. I cut, one of the Storm Callers. I just felt like it wasn't really doing as much as I needed it to do, so I ended up cutting that. Ended up cutting the Into the Story out of the deck as well. I cut the, the Call of the Dark Dwellers. It got in my way more than it helped. And cards that I brought in was I main decking 2 Cruxes in case it's good against control deck as well, because it's just a reoccurring threat. Yeah, you can, and then you can just exile your like your spells here instead of your creatures, so that way you can bring back the creatures. So I put that in. I have the memory lapses in the deck now, and then I changed the sideboard a bit here. So if you check out the beginning of the video, you'll get to see that. So let's get into the sideboard guide. So I think out of all the matches, I think Phoenix might be the worst just because it could keep reoccurring things, which is why I have 3 Soul Guide Lanterns in there just to kind of stop them, but it still could be very bad. So we'll see what happens, you know. And this might not be necessarily the best way to sideboard against it. It's just so hard kind of to sideboard against it in a sense because like you don't know if you Fatal Push is good against like the Spirit Dragon, but then it's bad against like everything else unless you could trigger Revolt. And so, and even if you trigger Revolt, like it can't kill the Stormwig guy, so it's tough to say. But having access to the counter spells with the threats and Soul Guide to possibly exile the graveyard in case a bunch of Phoenix is coming out is why I took out the Fatal Pushes and stuff like that. So against Phoenix, I bring in 3 Soul Guide Lanterns, 1 Aether Gust, and 2 Angret's Rampage. Obviously, like I said, Soul Guide Lantern, I can remove their graveyard so the Faithless Lootings or Phoenixes get exiled. Aether Gust, it pretty much hits everything in their deck except for like a Brainstorm or something like that or a Counterspell. 2 Angret's Rampage, so I can force them to sacrifice a creature. Obviously, it's 2 mana, and I think 2 mana versus 1 mana, you know, I think the Rampage is better. Obviously, you get to play this at instant speed, and bringing in 3 Soul God Lanterns does help Fatal Push out because you can sack this, it triggers Revolt, and then you can play Fatal Push. But like I said, I don't know. I decided to do it that way. If it ends up not working out, what I would do is just leave the so cut the Angrat's Rampages and the Aether Gust, and then just cut 1 Fatal Push. So wait, this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I would cut 1 claim, 1 Fatal Push, and just bring in 3 Soul Guide Lanterns and make it a 61 card deck. You could try it that way, or you could try it this way. But that's against Izzet Phoenix. The next one is Black White Auras. We have a little bit more against Black White Auras, obviously, just because the Hexproof effect. This is where Angrat's Rampages come into play. So against Black White Auras, I bring in 2 Noxious Grass, 2 Angrat's Rampage, 1 Ritual Suit. Like I said, Noxious Grass, all the creatures for the most part that you care for are going to be white, so you want to be able to 2 mana destroy them. Angrat's Rampage goes around the hexproof effects that they have or the indestructibility stuff that they have to protect their creatures, so that's good. And then Ritual says just a 4 mana destroy all their creatures. Cards I take out, 3 Memory Lapses. Since they're a low curve deck just like ours, they're like what is 3 costs and less or 2 costs and less because they might be playing Lurrus as a companion. Memory Lapse is not really going to do anything against them because once they drop 1 threat, they're just going to drop a bunch of like enchantments and stuff on it. And Memory Lapsing one of the enchantments is not really going to be doing what you want. Obviously, it's great if you could keep putting that creature that they want in play, putting it back on top of the deck, and then milling it. But prior to that, if they get to land a creature, then Memory Lapses won't really do anything. So that's why I cut Memory Lapse. I got 1 Expressive Iteration. I still have 3. Like I said, this is going to be a turn 3 play. And on turn 3, I mean, I rather do other things. Like I rather do like Fatal Push, you know, Thoughtseize or Drown in the Lock, Fatal Push, stuff like that. So, and I cut 1 claim. We don't really need the recursion here. We have enough recursion already. So I go ahead and cut that. Against control is pretty easy. There's nothing really, you know, too drastic here. Like there's nothing, you know, it's like too tricky or anything like that. We bring in 2 Tested Talents, 2 Mystical Disputes, and I cut 4 Fatal Pushes. You already have a decent matchup against control. You have 3 Memory Lapses, 4 Drown in the Locks, and you're playing pretty much all at instant speed with the exception of like Robber the Rich, Dead Shadow, and Thoughtseize. You're playing all at, oh, I guess Expressive Iteration. But you're playing pretty much at instant speed, so you're taxing their mana on their turn. Then you're flashing in creatures, or you're attacking, and then you're going to counter stuff. So it should be good against control, and obviously the only dead cards here are Fatal Pushes, so I just cut Fatal Pushes and bring in more counter magic against them. And this is against like the Jeskai control or the blue-white. So I put control because it goes for either way. It could also technically you could do this against the, what is it? The the creativity deck as well. So those are all control decks. So I put them in general, I put them all in the same bracket. So all control, creativity, blue white, Jeskai, whatever other control decks you could think of. This is it's pretty simple though. Gruul aggro, what we do is we bring in a lot more removal. We bring in 1 Aether Gust, 2 Noxious Grass, 1 Ritual Soot, 2 Angrats Rampage, and 1 Feed the Swarm. Obviously, Aether Gust can hit every card in their deck because it's green or red. Noxious Grass pretty much kills every single creature in their deck because I believe every creature in their deck has green in it at least, I guess with the exception of Bone Crusher. But a 2-mana destroy and gain life is good at instant speed. Ritual Soot kills every creature they have except if they are playing Questing Beast, I guess. But beside that, it kills everything. Angrat's Rampage is another 2-mana removal, and same with Feed the Swarms. The only bad part about Feed the Swarms is you'll take damage, but it helps you with Dead Shadow. So there's the upside and the downside. Cards I take out is 3 Memory Lapses. Once again, they're an aggro deck. I do not want to be playing Memory Lapse against an aggro deck because if they land, say, 1 or 2 threats and then I draw Memory Lapse, that's not going to do anything against me because they already have 1 or 2 threats in play that's hitting me, and drawing Memory Lapse is not going to do anything because they could just beat me down with what they have in play. I cut 2 expressive iterations. I don't really need the draw power here. I just need my tempo with removal. So I cut 2 expressive iterations here. Like if I have enough removal and I play like a Guild Enforcer or a Soaring Thought Thief or Robber the Rich, I can just win off with those creatures and just start killing their creatures. So that's why. Obviously Robber the Rich could take their creatures or steal their cards and play as well. 2 Thoughtseize I'd cut. They're an aggro deck. I don't want to be taking too much damage, which is also kind of like Feed the Swarm. You do take damage, but it removes the threat. Whereas Thoughtseize, you just take damage. And what if you only hit like a elf in their hand or something like that? So it has its ups and downs. Thoughtseize usually is not good against aggro decks. You don't want to be taking the unnecessary damage that you will be taking with Thoughtseize. So that's what I do against Gruul aggro. And then there's, I think this might be the last one, but then there's Green White Angels, I guess. What I bring in against Green White Angels is 2 Noxious Grass, 1 Feed the Swarms, 1 Ritual Soot, and 1 Angrat's Rampage. Pretty much removal. Noxious Grass hits everything in their, creature wise, instant speed, kills it for 2 mana, gains a life. Feed the Swarm here is, so yes, it destroys their creature. So I bring it in because it destroys their creature, but at the same time, they bring in Rest in Peace against you. So it works against both of those cards. They usually have, I think, 2 Rest in Pieces in their sideboard. So Feed the Swarm, be careful not to use it too early unless you have to, because you do also want to possibly stop the Rest in Peace. Obviously, if they hit Rest in Peace against you, a lot of your deck is turned off. Like Thief, Guild Enforcer, Soaring Thought Thief, those are just 1 powers. Obviously, Crux gets exiled, nothing happens. Claims does nothing. Awakening does nothing, just plays as a land. Same with Lurrus, it just plays as a 3/2 lifelinker. So you gotta be careful when they do play memory. So you with Feed the Swarm, because you do want to possibly kill the Rest in Peace. Which also, obviously, they're playing a collected company deck. Everything is 3 costs unless I believe in their deck. And Angrat's Rampage is another 2 mana removal. Cards I take out is 1 Expressive Iteration, 1 Memory Lapse, 1 Journal Lock, and 1 Claim. So Memory Lapse, they aren't an aggro deck, so I cut 1, so I keep 2 in for that reason. Journal Lock is if they get a Rest in Peace against you, oh, that was the another card that would be dead. If they get a Rest in Peace against you, Journal Lock is useless because it can't kill anything other than tokens, and it can't counter anything because nothing's in the graveyard. So I do cut 1 Journal Lock. I do keep in 3 in case, like I said, they're only bringing in 2 Rest in Pieces against you. So unless they do draw, and then if they leaving in 2 also allows me to possibly counter one of them. So I leave 3 in. Claim, if they get Rest in Peace, it becomes useless, so we cut that. And then Expressive Iteration, I cut 1 because I have enough draw power in a sense. So, but yeah, that's the sideboard I have against those meta decks right now. If I didn't cover something and you're seeing a lot of it, drop some comments down below on the deck that you're having trouble with or you want a sideboard guide to. I'll chat. I read the comments. I respond to them quickly. If you have something you want a sideboard guide against, drop a comment down below. Let me know, and I'll I'll go ahead and message you back. It's usually within a few hours. So that's why I always say drop some comments down below, check the comments, check the description. Always do that, and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.